Jennifer finally leave Arthur on Howard's Way tonight at 9 p.m? Time will tell, but now it's time to meet the Thamesmen.
George!
Hello! I'm really excited by today.
I know you are. Just before it started, you told me you were excited. And I'm one of these cats that know nothing about the Pixies.
Well, before we get on to that, I'm George. I'm in Los Angeles.
I'm Alex, and I'm in San Francisco, and I still know nothing about the Pixies. The Pixies, I don't know. I think I was so into Velvet Underground that the Pixies passed me by. I know nothing. I know they are iconic. I know, but I don't
Have you ever
know.
seen them live?
No, of course not. I don't know any of their tracks.
Oh, see, so they have so the Pixies were like late 80s, like iconic band.
Do you want to say that in an American style? Is that late 80s?
Late 80s, iconic band, and I'll read the notes in a minute just to sort of. But for me, there's a couple of albums like Doolittle and I can't remember the name of the albums, but I listen to them over and over again. And the thing about the Pixies is every song you hear, you go, "That's the Pixies," but every song is different. They don't, like some bands you go, like for me, my personal thing, which I'm not really big on, is Tame Impala. Like I first heard one Tame Impala track, I thought, oh, that's great, love it. And then every other song sounds exactly the same and not really my cup of tea, after you've heard it 20 times. Pixies had a sound, but everything they did, they always put a quirk in it. They had strange lyrics. They had an edge. They had a just fantastic charisma to what they did. Or they do, actually, because they're still touring now. And I actually went and saw them a couple of months ago. Oh, fantastic. They were so good. Absolutely
I don't know if this is right or not. Another band I haven't got into is Mogwai. I put them in the same hat as Mogwai.
Oh, really? I don't know Mogwai, so maybe, yeah.
Okay, they're from Seattle, are they?
Who? The Pixies? No, they're Boston.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's how much I know. Seriously, and I know they're indie alternative. Are they indie alternative?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know why. So I'm really looking forward to this. And it's okay before everyone in the comments have how could you not get into the Pixies or whatever. If I didn't get into Pixies, then you wouldn't be on this reaction channel with me.
No. And I fear that there's going to be people who are going to go, oh, I don't like the Pixies, I'm not going to listen. And we're not going to get huge numbers on this track. But we're doing it because I love the Pixies. But for any of you who have any doubts, stick around, stick with this, because the Pixies need listening to. And if they passed you by, maybe we should put this on a lot short. If the Pixies passed you by, check this one out.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, this one's called Gouge Away.
Gouge Away. Shall I read the notes?
We got notes.
We got notes.
From Chris the Curator. All right. Do it.
Yeah, so it says, so actually this is a track from 1989, but this is a
Is that 1989 or 989?
89.
Where are we getting this American accent from? You've kind of gotten really sloppy. I know we live here. How long have you lived here?
24 years.
I've lived here 20.
See,
so they get 20.
20.
If we go back, I'm sorry, I promised Chris the Curator, I said once the notes start...
You won't talk.
We won't talk.
We'll get on with it.
Yeah.
But we haven't started the notes, so you're okay.
Right. If we go back to England, do you think we've got an American accent?
No, because I think we change. I think I become more English when I'm in England, and then when I'm here, I become more American.
I think I become more English in Texas.
I think it depends on who I'm talking to.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I'm trying to like wheedle my way as sort of like an upgrade on a flight, I become very English. Or I'm trying to talk myself out of something, I'll become very English, I was
speaking to someone in the company and they were asking about my accent. I said, actually, it's a career thing. I'm from Chicago. And they actually believed me for a second. It's like, stupid muppet.
I get a lot of people go, you're from East Texas? I go, yeah, very East.
Yeah, I also get, are you from Australia?
Oh, God, the whole time. The whole time.
Fuck off. That's where we send our convicts.
Well, easy.
No, he did.
Oh, God.
Oh, we're not allowed to talk about it now.
No, we're not.
We shipped our convicts over there.
No.
I know.
Can I just read? I think Chris, the point about reading the notes was probably a good idea.
Yeah. Sorry, Chris is Australian. He's probably the only one in the family ever to pay for an airfare.
just like well, it's a good job no one watches the Pixies, anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. All right. Let's.
Anyway, so Gouge Away. So formed in 1986 in Boston. And splitting initially in 1993. The Pixies were alternate rock icons, drawing on punk and surf rock, hugely influential on the likes of Nirvana, Radiohead, and the Smashing Pumpkins. The main songwriter and lead vocal is Black Francis, formed Frank Black and the Catholics. The original bass player, Kim Deal, which is a great loss, she's not there now, went on to front the Breeders, if you remember the Breeders, during the break to garner further success. This performance was 2014, doesn't sound like your typical 80s music. Now, the other thing I noticed about this performance, it's at the Eden Project, which is in Cornwall, which is the big domes down there in the huge, I think it's chalk pit or tin mine or something like that.
Gig down there.
Yeah, so it's at the Eden Project, I believe this is.
I went down there with Dan Hutton and all that, and we saw.
Are you going to spill his secrets now? You've given his full name now.
No, that's funny. That was absolutely hilarious. Steely Dan. I saw Steely Dan down there. It's not Steely Dan. Who's that? Second generation. Oh God, dub master.
Not Steely Dan.
Not Steely Dan. Steel something.
Steel Pulse.
Yes. Such a fine line.
It's such a fine line. Steely Dan. Dub. Steely Dan. I'd like to see that. That would be pretty amazing.
It's like when we went to see Roy Ayers. Remember Roy? You know the Roy Ayers, a musician.
No.
He's an amazing jazz musician.
Okay.
He's absolutely fantastic. I promised Chris we would read notes and carry on. Anyway, Roy Ayers is a brilliant jazz musician, and we got there and we were pretty K-lard, half shot to the wind, and we're standing there in the crowd, and then someone said, "Why are we here?" And someone said, "We're here to see Roy Ayers," and someone said, "That's Pam Ayers' brother." I said, "Really?" I said, we all left. I wanted to watch Roy Ayers for years, and off I walked. You know? Pam Ayers was a bad poet.
No, I went to. So, do you remember there was a band called like? Do you remember there was a thing of like a sort of kind of easy listening period of English music where we had corduroy and things like that, and there were these great bands. And there was this band called the James Taylor Quartet.
Yeah, JTQ. I was listening to them the other day.
I love James Taylor Quartet. So I went and saw them at the one of the clubs in LA like about 20 years ago or so, and I knew who they were, and it was like 3/4 full. And it's the James Taylor Quartet, and they came on and they started doing their thing, and they're sort of really cool. And I just heard someone beside me go, "That's not James Taylor."
Well, do you remember when we were really, really cut to the wind one festival, and we decided to queue up for hot dogs? So we were queuing up, and we wanted to look really normal.
Yeah.
And right, you speak, no, you speak, no, you speak. And we were really, really were hanging on for grim life there. So we practiced 2 hot dogs, please, 2 hot dogs, please, 2 hot dogs. And we were practicing. And we finally got to the front of the queue, and we went, 2 hot dogs, please. And the woman leant out, she goes, "Hot donuts." And we panicked and we ran away. We practiced so hard. We were queuing up for something completely different.
Such an epic failure, wasn't it? We should have got the donuts. They'd probably been quite good, but
we would have loved the donuts. But we panicked. We looked at each other. We hadn't practiced for that.
It was beyond our ability to comprehend at that point. Can we listen to the Pixies yet?
Yeah.
Can we do that? Sorry, Chris.
Sorry, Chris. Count us in.
Hot dogs. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
gouge away. You can gouge away. Stay all day if you want to.
Wow.
You like it?
So that's my first Pixies track I've ever listened to fully through. And I tell you what, that's got all the little bits of ingredients I like out of a band, starting with that bass line.
Oh, it's a great bass line. And you know, and something about Frank Black is really like
Is that the singer?
Yeah, he's the singer. He's the singer of lead guitarist. And he is very sort of like, he's got that stage presence. Like I went to see him up at a show. Emotional. But also he's really watchable, and he plays, like I went and saw him do a solo gig in Santa Barbara where it was just him and a guitar. And it was like a small club, and it was still one of the best gigs. Just like he's one of those people on stage, has a magnetism that draws you in. And you've got to have if the Pixies are playing anywhere near you, I'd fly up and see them with you because they are so good live.
Well, first of all, that bass, it reminded me of The Cure.
Yeah.
And it reminded really early Cure, right?
Yeah,
indie style bass, and I could have just done with that.
Yeah.
Right, and then he came in and he sang, and I was not expecting that voice to be with that guy.
Right.
Really crystal, but also emotionally raw and emotionally bleeding on stage for you, and you put that on top of the bass and the drums behind and the discordant guitar, and you got yourself a really interesting sound. And they were also sonically fantastic, the way they brought up and they brought down and gave each other space.
Yeah, and they do that, and they don't follow like a traditional song structure. They sort of seem to have they follow their own path through the music, and that's the thing which makes them the Pixies, I think. And it's like, I mean, I could do a Pixies week, a Frank Black week, any day of the year, because I love what they do. Like some of their albums are fantastic.
Yeah, that was great. That was really good. I would appreciate to do more Pixies. So, anyone, or what would be the Pixie tracks that we do? Don't let George pick. No. Subscribers, what would we do on the Pixie track? Try and get really good live performance for me.
Oh, yeah. No, they are.
It was also great seeing the Eden Project again.
Yeah, it was. The Eden Project's such a cool spot. For those who don't, if you're ever travelling to England and you wanted a bit of a touristy thing, Eden Project in Cornwall was like, through sort of, good old European dollars, I think, or was it Tim Schmidt was the guy who put the money into...
That was it. Who is Tim Schmidt?
So Tim Schmidt did a thing called the Lost Gardens of Heligan, which was amazing gardens in Cornwall, where he found this sort of abandoned old sort of country house of amazing gardens that got completely overgrown, and he rebuilt it. And then he went on to the Eden Project, which is like these domes with different climate structures inside this old... I think it's a clay pit. That's what it is. It's China clay, and it was like a huge pit in the ground. And then he built all the domes, and they have different biomes and rainforests and all that stuff. So yeah, pretty cool.
All right. Well, I enjoyed that very much. Thank you very much, Chris, for picking that track.
I loved it. Totally my wheelhouse. So good stuff. All right.
We got a lot coming up. We got curated weeks coming up. We got a lot planned this year. We got a lot of more odds. So like, subscribe, join us on the journey. Happy to have you with us. And if you're going to queue up for hot dogs, make sure it is hot dogs.
Or have a backup plan and be able to say hot dogs or hot donuts. Be able to pivot on a be ready. Yeah. Be flexible in your thinking.
Yeah, be flexible in life. Don't run away.
Don't be totally fucked up.
Yeah. Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.